welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Carly and I am a homeschooling mom to 3 boys ages 11, 9, and 6. And today I want to show you all of the curriculum choices that I have for our upcoming 2024-2025 school year, starting this fall for our family style learning. So that includes our history and our science that we're going to be doing all together with all 3 of my boys, which will be in grades 1st grade, 4th grade, and 6th grade. Over the years, we've tried different history and science curriculums that are more independent, that each child has their own level, and we've found that what works best for our family is to just have we just do it family style learning during our morning basket or gather round time. We definitely do other things during that time, but for today's video, I just want to show you what we have for history and science. If you're interested in everything that we do during our morning time, I have another video that you can check out down below that has all of my picks and suggestions for if you're interested or thinking about doing a morning basket or gather round time. For history and science, the way that we do it is we do not do either on Tuesdays because we have a partnership program that we go to all day. But on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we alternate between science and history. So we end up doing each subject twice a week. So for science, all of our science units that we will be doing are from The Good and the Beautiful. I do have some units and some activity boxes that my kids have done over the years that we still really enjoy, but those are kind of supplemental. And I think I'm going to be sharing those on a separate video of some of the unit boxes and different subscription boxes that we've gotten over the years that we really enjoy. But as far as what we do all together, we use The Good and the Beautiful. We love it because it is a unit study as opposed to like a full year curriculum. So it gives us a lot of variety, and they are all open and go, which I absolutely love. That is like my favorite type of curriculum to purchase because there's no planning involved. It's just open and go besides getting supplies. So the first unit study that we're going to start out with in the fall is the reptiles and amphibians. So this is a unit study for grades 3 through 8, but my youngest son has been doing these with us since preschool. He really enjoys them. When he was younger, he would do them and then he would get up and go play while we do the workbook section of it. But I think as he gets older, he's going to be able to sit longer with us and do the full curriculum and not just a little bit of the reading and the vocab. So just as he gets older, I'll have him sit longer and longer with us. He'll be in 1st grade this fall. Though if you've never seen these before, they are pretty short. This one only has 13 lessons, so it doesn't take a whole lot of time, especially if you're doing 2 lessons a week. They always have your vocabulary right in the front, which you can leave in the front or you can cut out. If you can see behind me on the wall, we have a vocab wall that we hang everything up on. But I've seen people do it a lot of different ways, depending on space. So they're very colorful units. They do not take a ton of time. They're usually only a couple pages long. And then sometimes they'll have videos that you can watch on their website, on their YouTube channel, online. Sometimes they'll be doing an experiment, all sorts of different things. It's very engaging and a lot of fun for all ages of kids, I would say. So with that I went ahead and got the student journals. You definitely don't have to, but they suggest and they recommend them like as you're going through the course, so I like them. So I got one for each of my older boys, and these are for grades 3 through 6, which I'll have a 4th grader and a 6th grader doing them. And they do not take a lot of time, so for each lesson you're only doing 1 page, and each book is the same, so they can actually work on them together, which is nice. And then up until this year, they really didn't have anything for the younger ones as far as an activity book, and they came out over the summer with activity books for the littles that follow right along with the curriculum. So I'm excited about that. And so the inside of theirs is obviously, you know, a lot more basic, more coloring, just like fun little things to make them feel more included in the unit study. And then I also did get the book pack with this, which is Curious Reptiles and Amphibians and Buzztail, the story of a rattlesnake. You don't have to get these. You could definitely just go to your local library and check out books that are related to the topic you're talking about. And we still do that, and I'll fill our library basket with more books related to whatever science unit we're working through. But it is nice to have the couple that they recommend, so as they suggest you reading them within the lessons, you just can pull them out, and it's an easy thing to add in. So that'll be our first science unit study we do. The second one I want to do is space science. And I do actually have quite a few games and stuff that are going to go along with all of these science units. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, the supplementary stuff and the additional stuff that I purchased to engage the kids in these unit studies, that's something I'd be happy to do a video on. Just comment down below if you want to see the puzzles and games that I found over the years for these unit studies. So we're doing space science, and this one has 15 lessons. And then I have the student journals for my older boys that go along with those. And I did pick up the activity book for my youngest Jack, so he'll have that. And then I got the book packet, which is the story of May Jennison and Mars exploration. Now with this, I wasn't sure if it was going to be a little too challenging as far as the topics go for my youngest Jack, so I did get him the activity book, but I also went ahead and got him the Sparks and Stars by Little Hands and Hearts. So this is the parent guide, and if you're not familiar with this, it is a literature base, so you're reading a lot of stories, but it also has just very simple lessons. So this would be one lesson right here. So it doesn't take a lot of time. You're either usually watching a video or you're reading a story from this book, which comes with it, and they're very colorful and fun, and my son we did the first one from Little Hands and Hearts, and he absolutely loved it. So we'll probably do that, just him and I, just for something fun to do together, even if he does join us for the space unit. The next one I have is Weather and Water, which again is grades 3 through 8, but Jack will be doing it with us as well. And this one is 14 lessons. And the nice thing is in the beginning of these, they always give you a supplies list. So everything that you're gonna need to do the whole unit study is right in the front, and what lesson you're gonna need it for. And what I like to do is I keep a bin downstairs with all of our extra homeschooling stuff of our science unit supplies. So I buy it before we even start the unit, and I keep it in a box, and that way as the lessons come up, as long as it's not something that will go bad, I'll keep it in that box, and I'll just pull it out as needed, so I don't have to think about it the day before for each lesson. So I do have the student journals for both of those for my two older boys. I don't know if they have a Weather and Water little ones activity book. I've got to go back online and check, because I ordered the other ones at the beginning of the summer when they had first come out, and they didn't have a lot of them out yet. But I do have, this book is actually older, but I don't even know that they sell this one anymore, but this one is the Beauty of Weather, and this went with their old weather unit, but I kept it. And then I do have the book pack, which has Changing Weather, Schoolhouse Blizzard, Wild Wild Wind. And then this one is not from The Good and the Beautiful. I actually got this when my youngest Jack was part of the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, but I thought it would be perfect for this. It's called Drop, an Adventure Through the Water Cycle. So I added that in for us to read. And again, I'll go to the library and probably find some more books when we're working through it as far as weather goes, to just kind of supplement that unit. And the last one I think we'll wrap up the school year with, because at the end of the school year we start to get a little tired and we just want something fun and engaging, and I think I could kind of throw in a field trip with this unit study, is Paleontology. And this one is 11 lessons. So this one's shorter, which is really a nice way to end the school year. And then again, as always, they have the vocab you can cut out in the front. And then I did get the 2 older boys their student journals for that. And then it looks like I didn't get the book pack for that, which I might go ahead and get, but I'm not really sure yet because they have so many books on like dinosaurs and paleontology at the library that I think I won't have like any issue with getting a bunch of those. I will say with any of these unit studies, we do have the full like Magic School Bus box set for like the DVDs, and I try and have the kids, like if there's a topic that I can find within that box set, we'll watch that to go with whatever lesson that we've learned about, and it makes it so fun. Even my almost 12-year-old still loves Magic School Bus, and it just makes it something to look forward to and something fun. And we'll usually do that at the end of our school day. So we'll do our lesson or our unit and finish our regular school day, and then we'll be able to look forward to a Magic School Bus at the end of the day, which is related to our science topic. So that is what my plan is for our science family style for our upcoming school year. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what we're doing for our history. Now I will say my oldest son, you'll see both of the picks that I have are actually recommended for grades 1 through 4. My oldest, who's going into 6th grade, will be doing these with us because I just feel like he loves this curriculum, and I feel like the information that's given is definitely not something that should end at 4th grade. It's something that can be, you know, good for kids even as they get older. But I am adding in a history unit that him and I will be doing together, which is By the Good and the Beautiful, and it's the U.S. Constitution one. So him and I will be doing that one together, which is actually recommended for older kids, along with the family style history that we'll be doing all together. So I've talked about this in my other videos, and we've been working through it since last school year. Because we only do history twice a week, this curriculum is taking us a little longer than I probably anticipated it to. When we're traveling or when we're at the doctor's or the hospital with my youngest son, history and science seems to be the thing that's easiest to set aside, and then we pick it back up. But I will say I haven't had any issues with stopping and starting this curriculum, so I think it's like perfect if you're not super consistent with your history, or you don't always have the time to do it every single day. So we have been working on our 50 States by Notgrass, which is a faith-based curriculum, and so is the Good and the Beautiful. Just so you know, if you're like planning your school year and you are looking for something that's not faith-based, both of these do mention God, not like a lot, but it's definitely within their curriculum. So if you're looking for more of a secular option, then these might not be the best for you. So with our 50 States, it's a literature-based program. And so what that means is as you're working through it, you're going to be reading recommended books each day that go along with whatever you're studying. So with this one, it's 26 units, but there's 4 lessons in each unit. So if you did history 4 days a week, then that would, you know, you'd get done with it within your school year. So it just depends on how you set up your school year. I've never really stressed too much about history and science being like done at a certain time. It just kind of flows from year to year for us. Maybe as my son gets into high school, probably I'll be more concerned about making sure we finish each year. But for now, we're just, you know, letting it flow throughout the years and really enjoying the process. So this 50 States one is for grades 1 through 4, like I said, but my 6th grader will be joining us in it. We're about halfway done with it right now. It's really pretty on the inside. If you'd like to see like a flip through of it, I can definitely do that. But it's very colorful, very engaging. And what I like about it is it has like folk songs that you go online and you can listen to the different songs for the states or things that have been written about the state. It includes literature, so you're reading books based on that area or that time period. And then It also has an online option too. And so it's called Homeschool History, and you actually have to have a subscription to it through Notgrass. But when you pay for the subscription, it covers all of the different curriculums that they offer. And it's, and this is not sponsored, I just really love this, and so I love to share it with people. It's $24 for the whole year. And I don't know if you can see this or not. Oops, it's kind of hard to see. But basically you pick your, whatever curriculum that you're working on, and then once you pick that, you get to go through and it has videos for each lesson. So each state, or if you were doing a different curriculum, like a different topic, it would have videos for that particular curriculum. And for this one, for 50 states, it does like virtual field trips to all the different places within that state that might be of interest or historical interest. And my kids absolutely love it. It's worth it. I've shared it with a lot of my friends, and I'm like, even if you don't do the curriculum, it's worth having these virtual field trips so that you can go online and check out these different places and learn about different things throughout history in a really engaging way. And they also do have a podcast as well. It's called Homeschool History. But this one particular, if you wanted to do the online version or check it out, they do have a 14-day free trial just to see if that would be something that you would enjoy. It's really easy to follow along with. It wasn't the best when I showed it to you, but it is very cool, and I would recommend at least checking it out. And then they also do recipes and crafting and different things that go along with the unit studies. So you can like jump in and dive into all those different things, but you don't have to. And that's the great thing about it too, is you can kind of make it what you want for your family. Like do everything, do things once in a while. Like my kids really like the recipes, so we try and do those a lot together. And then you can opt in to have the workbooks too. So it comes with a answer key and literature guide, which helps you discuss the books with your kids. And then there's lesson reviews. I only have 2 because my youngest doesn't do the lesson review, but they're very simple. Like each lesson only has, you know, this small section here. So not a lot of time. And then they also have the Atlas workbook with the 50 states, which they're doing like this page on one lesson and this page on the next. So again, it does not take a lot of time, and they're getting some map work in, and that's really nice. And then the books that go along with 50 states are, and you can, so these ones I've like kind of thrifted. You can order them all online, but I've kind of thrifted them, and I've had to order a couple new. So you can search for them, or you can just order the whole book pack. It's up to you. But this one is called Philip of Texas, A Story of Sheep Raising in Texas. And then Soft Rain. This one is a Cherokee Trail of Tears. The Cabin Faced West, my kids loved this book. Rabbit Hill. The Trumpet of the Swan, which you can pretty much find this at any thrift store. The Adventures of Patty the Beaver. And The Story of George Washington Carver. So those are all the books that go along with my 50 states. And then one last thing I just wanted to show you, and this is not part of the curriculum, but we've just added this in, is I got a little book for each of my boys, and they just put my 50 states on the front. And then as we go through, I got these stickers on Amazon for each state. So this one's Maine. And after we go through the state and watch the videos and do the virtual field trips, they get to pick what they'd like to do if they visited that state. And so this is one of my kids, and it says, I want to pick blueberries and eat them in Maine. And it's really fun to see like their different interests. They each have a book, and I think it'll be a great memory to like pull back out later, or if we're going to visit a state, we can say, hey, let's pull out your 50 states books and see some of the activities that you guys wanted to do within each of those states. So I would recommend doing these, like if you want like more of a creative part of this curriculum. It's been a lot of fun. So, and we also do like games and some different books and things just to supplement this curriculum. I actually did a video all on just the extra supplemental things for my 50 states, which you could put used for like any curriculum for 50 states. It does not have to be Notgrass. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and check that video out. So once we finish the 50 states for history, we are going to move on to Notgrass, Our Spangled Story, which is also grades 1 through 4, but my 6th grader will be joining in with us as well. This one is 30 units and it has 3 lessons each. It does have 2 books. So this is part 1, and then this one is part 2. And as you can see, it's still like very colorful. It does have the songs again that go with it that you can link to online. And this is also part of that Homeschool History online video collection. So you can, definitely add to just the reading the curriculum in the book. It comes with a timeline to kind of like see it all laid out as you're like going through the history. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then it has Star Spangled Rhythms and Rhymes. So this is going to have all of the songs and poems and rhymes that go along with what they're talking about in the curriculum. And then you can listen to them online, which is really nice. And then I did get a student workbook for each of my older boys, which again, I don't think is going to be too difficult or not a lot of time to finish them because each lesson only has 1 page. And it does tell you like when to use the lesson book, when to listen to the songs, when the recipes are most appropriate. So it's definitely like an open and go, easy to follow along with curriculum that is immersive and will definitely speak to your kids who like art or history or reading. Like it just has a lot of elements, so it pulls in different interests and different ways to teach your child, not just one way of doing it. So I really appreciate that. So that is everything that we are going to be doing for our family style learning for science and for history for the upcoming school year. I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned a couple things and maybe have some things that you now want to go ahead and research. Oh, the last thing I did want to say, the Star Spangled banner, or the Star Spangled story that we're doing for history does have a book pack, but I haven't purchased it yet because again, I like to try and thrift them, and since we're not starting that right away in the school year, I thought I'd just try and thrift as many of those books as I can. But I will tell you the titles of them, but you can check them out online too. It's Benjamin West and His Cat Grimalkin, Tolliver's Secret, Freedom Crossing, Farmer Boy, Mountain Born, Emily's Runaway Imagination, The Year of Miss Agnes, and then Katie, which is a Notgrass book. They wrote it themselves. So that's the book pack that I'm going to kind of be searching for and purchasing as I find them. So again, that's everything that we'll be doing for science and history. As always, I appreciate you watching. If you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe and hit like, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks, bye.